Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
We're going to have fun in today's lesson, and we're going to be playing darts. Darts, I don't know, would you call it a sport? I suppose it technically is a sport, although you don't really need to do too much physical to play this sport. You just kind of stand there and throw darts at a target.
You get better if you practice, though, over time.
Yeah, but I suppose it's something similar to pool.
Yeah.
Is that considered a sport too? Well,
sure.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
To me, I kind of consider sports something that involves the whole body, like basketball. You have to lift weights, you have to sweat, you have to run, you have to pant. To me, that's a sport. If you're just standing around, that's not really a sport. But, that's a subject to opinions there.
Well, what about golf? They don't have to do much when they're golfing.
Yeah, that's another sport I don't quite understand
it's
either.
Definitely a sport, though. Yeah.
Definitely like tennis, though. My goodness, if you ever played tennis, that is exhausting. You're really going to work up a sweat with that. But, well, sometimes people live in the city or whatever, and they don't have a lot of time to join a health club or something like that or play tennis. So the best they can do is head down to your local pub and throw some darts. So that's what we're going to talk about today, hitting the bullseye with darts. Some people might think this is quite fun. So let's get to it. Let's read the entire contents of our lesson right now. A rowdy crowd cheers as two champions are introduced, and then everyone falls respectfully silent when the first competitor steps up and throws 3 darts at a target in quick succession. These contestants are playing darts, the same game that thousands of others are playing in bars around the world. Darts originated from throwing and shooting projectiles at targets. Centuries ago, archery was common, and people used cut-down arrows to improve their aim. The activity remained as a way for people to pass the time and show off their skills. Previously, people threw darts at targets drawn on wood, but in the 1930s, Edward Legat invented a dartboard made of the fibers of the sisal plant. Darts simply parted the fibers and didn't leave permanent holes, so boards made from them were much more durable. Today, high-quality dartboards are still made this way. Many darts games involve starting with a high score ending in 0-1, typically 301 or 501. Players throw 3 darts one after another, and their scores are subtracted from their starting number. The first player to end up on exactly 0 wins. Players must finish with a double or triple score or hit a bullseye, but if they go past 0, they forfeit their current turn. Other games are played by hitting the numbers in order or aiming only for specific areas on the dartboard. There are several benefits to playing darts. It improves concentration, hand-eye coordination, and in the X01 games, mathematical ability. It's also a social game that encourages teamwork. Many players form competitive leagues and even play at international events. Next time you need a challenge and see a dartboard on a wall, why not give darts a shot?
Okay, guys, it's our fun unit. Hit the bullseye with darts. I'm sure most of our listeners have seen people play darts. Usually, I don't play darts. I think I played a little bit when I was a kid. But now that I'm older, it seems like darts and dartboards are often found either, in a kid's bedroom, a guy's bedroom, a little boy, or a bar or a pub. Something that people can participate in, but you don't have to be really good at it. Although, I know I have almost hit people with my darts before, and those darts are rather sharp. So if you're really a bad dart thrower, maybe you need to just sit it down and not get involved because you could hurt someone. Now, if you're hitting the bullseye, that's the center of a target in sports. We have bullseye for people who are using a bow and arrow, people who are shooting, maybe with a rifle. There's usually a place on your target that's considered to be the bullseye. We also will say if we've been successful in achieving our goal or some sort of effect, we'll go bullseye. So we use that quite often.
We do. I was going to say that an alternative game to darts that is safer is one that uses plastic balls that have Velcro around them. I think we had one of those when I was a kid. They're just plastic balls that will stick to the target because it has Velcro on there. But darts, as you said, are pointy and sharp. And, if you don't know what you're doing, you could stab someone. So please be careful there. So that's what you're trying to do. If you're playing darts, you're trying to hit the bullseye, in some games, rather.
Yep.
So let's talk about the first paragraph here. It says, a rowdy crowd cheers as two champions are introduced, and then everyone falls respectfully silent when the first competitor steps up and throws 3 darts at a target in quick succession. That is a very long sentence there, and a lot of things are happening there. So let's first find out what it's talking about. First of all, we're talking about a rowdy crowd. A crowd is a group of people. If they're rowdy, they're making a lot of noise. They're very excited. Rowdy is an adjective. I would say that if you go to a concert to see your favorite singer or a guitar player or something, the crowd is going to be quite rowdy. They're going to be excited. They're going to be yelling and screaming and stuff like that. So this crowd is excited. And they're doing this while two champions are introduced. Here's Mr. A, and here's Mr. B or whatever. And then everyone falls respectfully silent. Respectfully means they're being quiet out of respect for the competitors and for the competition. And also notice we've got a competitor coming out here. Competitor is somebody who is in a competition of some sort. Okay, in this particular case, they are in a darts game, but they could be in any other sport, I think, when it's like two players playing against each other. Like in tennis, we would call them competitors. Would you call like basketball players or baseball players competitors? I think you would technically, yeah?
Yeah, you could, yeah. So these guys are going up against each other, and the first guy or girl steps up and throws 3 darts at a target in quick succession. Succession here just means one after the other. So there's no taking turns. She or he throws those 3 darts, one after the other, or in quick succession. We also use this word succession when we're talking about royalty. If you've been paying attention, you know that one of the princes in England got married, Harry, married Meghan, and they'll often talk about, he's 5th in succession to the crown. So there are 4 people in front of him. So he probably will never be king. But they throw these darts quite quickly. That's why it can be dangerous, because those darts are quite sharp. These contestants are playing the game of darts. I think I would call it a game, Tom, more than a sport.
Yep.
Yeah, that just occurred to me. So the same game that thousands of others are playing in bars around the world, that's where you'll see this game played the most, I think. Although, like you said, we grow up playing darts, although it's safer to throw those balls with Velcro. I've seen those. Those are much safer for kids.
Indeed. So again, they throw 3 darts, one after the other. Then they go up and they take the darts out of the dartboard. And then they let the other person throw. And they just kind of keep going like that until the game is over. I've seen that recently on TV. They show it on one of the sports channels there. So I guess it's quite popular in Taiwan. Otherwise, they wouldn't be showing these competitions. But let's talk about the origins of darts here in the next paragraph. Darts originated from throwing and shooting projectiles at targets. So it originated. It came from this. To originate, that's a verb that just talks about where something started, where something had its beginning, how it began. Okay, so they originated. The game of darts started when people were throwing and shooting objects. In this case, we're calling them projectiles, which is something basically that flies through the air that might hit something or might not hit something, who knows. But a projectile usually is sent through the air for some kind of purpose, probably to, like a bullet from a gun would be considered a projectile designed to shoot an animal if you're hunting or something like that. In this particular case, these projectiles, these objects would be thrown at targets.
Yeah, it says here, centuries ago, archery was common. Before they had a lot of rifles and pistols and things, of course, in battle, they would often be forced to defend themselves with a bow and an arrow. And that is what archery is made up of. I've never participated in archery, but it requires a lot of practice and skill. I think there is some sort of sport in the Olympics when they have them practice archery.
Oh, yeah, archery in the Olympics. Yeah, the Koreans always do really well.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're very good. They almost always win. But yes, indeed, that's archery, where you have a bow and an arrow. So that's similar to darts, except darts are much smaller, and you don't need to have the big bow and the arrows and things like that. So yes, many hundreds of years ago, archery was common, and people used cut-down arrows to improve their aim. So they would have the arrows, but they would cut them down to a smaller size or something, so they could practice their archery.
The activity remained as a way for people to pass the time. You have free time. You don't want to get involved with something too serious, so it's a way just to use up some spare time, some free time. And they would also show off their skills that way. I'm sure it was mostly the guys. I'm just going to take a big stab in the dark. Actually, I do think it was the guys. Previously, people threw darts at targets drawn on wood. So you were actually having to throw it quite hard to get it to stick into wood. But in the 1930s, things changed. We have this guy, Edward Legat. He invented a dartboard made of the fibers of the sisal plant, or you'll sometimes hear it pronounced sisal plant. For me, Tom, I've always thought that board was just made of cork.
Does look like cork, does it? Feels kind of like cork, too.
That's that material that you have corks in wine bottles and champagne bottles. That's a little piece of cork. But it is made of a fiber. This plant comes from different areas around the world, Mexico, South America, West Indies, Africa. But that's how it kind of changed the game to a large extent, because now they had a dartboard where those darts could stick in pretty easily, much more easily than a piece of wood, for sure.
Yeah, made from the fibers of the sisal plant. And we'll take a little bit of a break right now. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back, but here comes our Chinese teacher.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 我们来看一下今天课文一刚开始就提到呢，一群吵闹的群众欢呼，突然大家都安静了下来。这是什么时刻呢？我们来看到第一句的后面提到 When the first competitor steps up and throws 3 darts at a target in quick succession. 讲到呢，当第一位参赛者走上前，并且快速连续的向目标投掷3个飞镖的时候，大家都安静下来了。同学有没有注意到，在这里的 throws 3 darts， 也就是投掷了3个飞镖，那么就要引进我们今天的主题，搭配这样子的文意呢，第一题我们可以选择 sentence D。D 选项里面提到 These contestants are playing darts, the same game that thousands of others are playing in bars around the world. 这里的 contestants 指的就是参赛者，这些参赛者呢，他们正在玩飞镖 darts 这个游戏。同样的游戏也是成千上万的人在世界各地酒吧玩的游戏。搭配文意，第一题标准答案就选择 D 选项。第二段第二个句子提到 Centuries ago, archery was common, and people used cut-down arrows to improve their aim. 讲到在好几个世纪之前，射箭非常的普遍常见，人们呢会使用削短的箭来提高他们射中目标的能力。延续这样子的文意，它是一种活动。第二题我们可以选择 F 选项。Sentence F 里面提到 The activity remained as a way for people to pass the time and show off their skills. 这样子的活动，我们搭配的一样是过去式，它仍然保持的是一种方式，人们用来消磨时间跟 show off 炫耀他们技能的方式，来延续前面提到他们用这个削短的箭来提高他们射中目标的能力。搭配文意，第二题就选择 F 选项。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, we shall now continue with our discussion about darts. And where we left off, we were speaking specifically about dart boards, which you're going to see in bars and pubs all over the place. They have them here in Taiwan, of course. I've even seen electronic ones where the dart will stick in holes in plastic there, and then there's something electronic. It will announce your score or something like that. Hey, great hit! You're the champion. You've won. I think there are some people in Taiwan who manufacture those kinds of dart boards, or maybe in China now. Who knows? But now, of course, they are made of the fibers of the sisal plant, as we mentioned before. And darts simply part of the fibers and didn't leave permanent holes, so boards made from them were much more durable. So the fibers of the sisal plant, they're used to make dart boards. So when you throw the dart at the board, it just parts those fibers. And when you pull the dart back out, I guess the fibers go back together. And you can use that dart board a lot of times. I suppose eventually it will break down and you'll have to buy a new one, but they probably do last a long time. And we're describing these boards as being durable. If something's durable, it's very firm, it's very hard, it will last a long time. It can withstand wear and wear and tear.
Yeah, wear and tear.
Or pressure or whatever. So, of course, you always want to have durable products in your home so they don't break. Oh, don't worry about that plate. If you throw it on the floor, it won't break because it's very durable.
Yeah, it might be plastic if it's durable. I wanted to mention, for those who travel, you've probably seen two types of suitcases. They've got the hard-sided case and the soft-sided case. And most airlines recommend that you get the hard-sided case because they're more durable. They last longer. I used to have soft-sided luggage. Remember, luggage is non-count. Don't say luggages, guys. Suitcase is countable. But after it had been on a couple of planes, of course, the fabric on the outside ripped. So my current set of luggage actually is hard-sided. It's a little heavier, but it lasts longer. Now today, high-quality dartboards are still made this way after all these years. It's still the best way to make a dartboard. Remember, we have the bullseye. The bullseye is the center of that dartboard, and then there's circles on the outside, and they get larger and larger. But, of course, your target, your goal is to hit the center of the bullseye.
And there are numbers as well. We'll talk about some of these games now. So many darts games involve starting with a high score ending in 0-1, typically 3-0-1 or 5-0-1, 3-0-1, 5-0-1, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
And this is news to me. I never could figure out exactly how those games were played. I guess you start with a score like this, 301 or 501, and players throw 3 darts, one after another in succession, and their scores are subtracted from their starting number. Interesting. It sounds similar to golf, whereas the person with the lowest score wins.
I've never officially played the game of darts, I guess, because we never kept score. I mean, it was whoever could get the closest to the bullseye. So obviously, I don't really know how to play this game. Players throw 3 darts one after another, or as we said earlier, in quick succession, and their scores are subtracted or taken away from their starting number. To subtract is the opposite of to add. And in math and English, of course, we use addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We use different words than you guys do in Chinese. So this is a word you can use for lots of things. Maybe you have a party, but you know that a couple of classmates won't be able to come because they've got some sort of activity. So you're going to subtract them from your total number of people that are going to come to the party. So you can subtract from lots of things. The first player to end up on exactly 0, isn't that funny? It's really good to have the lowest number. That person actually wins.
Right, so I guess you have to do some subtraction when you're playing this game, and players must finish with a double or triple score or hit a bullseye. Those are some rules that you'll probably have to look into yourself. But if they go past 0, they forfeit their current turn. So you got to be careful if you go past 0. then you forfeit. Forfeit means you give up something. Usually, if you're playing a game or something and you can't continue playing because of an injury or something, you have to withdraw and you forfeit. That means you let the other person win. In this particular case, you're not letting the other person win. You just lose a turn. The other person gets 2 turns in a row.
Yeah, in fact, for most of the board games that we play, we won't say, oh, you have to forfeit your turn. We always say, oh, you lost your turn, you lose a turn. But yeah, forfeit we use often when they're official games. Maybe there's a football game on the weekend, and one team shows up from a high school, but half of their players are sick or injured. They can't even compete, so they just say, oh, we forfeit, and they give the win to the other team. Now, other games are played by hitting the numbers in order or aiming only for a specific area or areas on the dartboard. I think that's more how we played. We would, say, oh, if you get closer to the red circle, you win this or blah. Actually, we weren't really playing seriously. So moving on to the last paragraph. There are several benefits to playing darts. If you have benefits to something, there are advantages, good things that come from it. What could those things be, Tom?
Yeah, these benefits, let's talk about some of these advantages or these good things. First of all, playing darts, it improves concentration, hand-eye coordination, and in the X01 games, mathematical ability. Okay, so these are good advantages here. Your concentration will be improved. To concentrate means to focus on something, like you probably do if you're playing games on your smartphone, which people probably do too much of these days. I should say that, yes, indeed, if you're playing darts, it will give your eyes a feeling of depth perception, okay? When it's close or far away, it will actually exercise your eyes.
Really?
Whereas if you play on your smartphone all the time, the eyes are fixed in the same position, and that's not good. You got to move your eyes back and forth. You've got to focus on far away and close up. You need to play real games there.
Yeah.
So this is one you could probably try in a pub or maybe at home, in your recreation room or something. So that's concentration. When you concentrate, when you focus your attention on something, that's the noun form here, concentration. And hand-eye coordination means you're basically able to make your body do what it's supposed to do. You're going to need hand-eye coordination or matching. If you're playing basketball, for example, when you dribble the ball or when you shoot the ball, the actions of your hands need to match what your eyes see. Hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, one of the toughest sports to play that requires really great hand-eye coordination is baseball. Those balls are coming at the batter so fast. They have to see it and react very quickly. I was just reading some studies the other day, and it turns out that men have better hand-eye coordination than women. Kind of interesting, but they've been, out there playing these games and sports for a lot longer than women have too.
Yeah, I was going to wonder if it had based on, conditioning in sports or whether it's, an inborn ability.
They were talking about inborn because you guys have more muscles and stuff. So,
okay.
And how it's
Fair
not
enough.
fair for some of these guys who say they're women to participate against the real females who are born female. Well,
Okay.
It's also a social game. This really is a social game, guys. It's a time that you can just laugh and chat with your friends. You only have to really pay attention when you're throwing the dart. You need to look what you're doing at that point. But many players actually have formed competitive leagues. If you want to compete, you want to win, and you have some friends who enjoy it, you might want to put together some people and come up with a league. A league is a group of sports clubs that play each other for a period of time for some sort of championship. For example, in baseball, we've got the National League and the American League, and usually you stay within your league until the big championship, and then different leagues will play each other based on whoever won their own particular league.
Yeah, there's a bowling league in my hometown,
Oh, really?
with the various businesses sponsoring teams. You can have leagues in all sorts of sports. And yes, even some of these players will play or compete in international events. So next time you need a challenge and see a dartboard on a wall, why not give darts a shot? Yes, throw some darts at that target and have the time of your life. Okay, that brings us to the end of our discussion for today. Let's now listen once again to our Chinese teacher.
接着我们来看到后面的句子，后半段讲到了1930年代，有一个人叫做 Edward Legault， invented a dartboard made of the fibers of the sisal plant. 这个人呢，他发明了一种以琼麻纤维制成的标靶。我们现在提到的是标靶哦。延续这样的文意，第3题我们可以选择1选项。Sentence E 提到Darts simply parted the fibers and didn't leave permanent holes, so boards made from them were much more durable. 在这里提到用这种标靶的时候呢，飞镖它就仅能呢把这个纤维分开来，而且不会留下永久的洞。Didn't leave permanent holes. 所以这样一来呢，这个用琼麻制成的标靶就更加的耐用 more durable. 延续前面的文意，然后后面还提到，当然现在呢，这种高品质的标靶都还是用这样的方式制作。搭配文意，第3题的标准答案就选择1选项。在第3段呢，则是介绍如何来为你的飞镖游戏计分。在中间的句子提到 The first player to end up on exactly 0 wins. 所以呢，第一个结束在刚好是0分的玩家获胜。他们一刚开始会以301分或501分为点型，然后慢慢的减。然后这里提到第一个结束在刚好0分的玩家就获胜。那么后面还要继续说明怎样的人没有办法获胜，或者是可以获胜呢？当然就是介绍得分的规则。根据这样的文意，第4题我们可以选择 B 选项。Sentence B 提到 Players must finish with a double or triple score or hit a bull's eye. But if they go past 0, they forfeit their current turn. 这里提到呢，还有另外一种可以呢结束游戏的方式，就是玩家们必须用双倍或3倍的分数，或者你可以射中靶心。在这里提到的是 hit a bull's eye。但是如果你超过0分的话，就失去目前的这个回合了。延续文意来讲到这个计分的规则跟方式，第4题就选择 B 选项。最后一段的第一句提到 There are several benefits to playing darts. 提到呢，玩飞镖有几个好处。第一个提到了它提高了专注力、手眼协调等等能力。延续这样的文意，第5题我们可以选择 A 选项。Sentence A 提到 It's also a social game that encourages teamwork. 指的呢，就是这个飞镖呢，也是一种社交游戏，可以呢鼓励团队合作的氛围。所以延续文意，第5题的标准答案就选择 A 选项。OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
That's it, guys. We both encourage you, if you've never tried darts, to give it a shot, give it a try. Why not? Yeah, why not give it a try, just to see if maybe you have a hidden talent.
Or pool or ping pong or whatever. Yes, use your body and
Get
your
outside.
eyes. Yes, get off that stupid phone. Okay,
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you join us again next time. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
See ya.